hello, hello. I thought that I maybe went on the wrong account, but obviously I didn't. Good morning. Hi, Caress. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello. Oops. How are you guys? What's up? I reheated my coffee from earlier and kind of smells like, I don't know. It's all right. Good morning, Suzette. It's a good day. Good. I'm glad it's a good day. It's it's been a really hectic week, but also a good week over here. Um, I'm excited for the weekend. Today, I'm doing my son's 11th birthday because I'm going to be away next weekend when his actual birthday is. So um, we're doing a sleepover. He has asked me to make him a cake of glazed donuts and to make filet and macaroni and cheese. He originally said what he really like is Wagyu beef, but he knows that I probably won't be able to do that. And I was like, correct. Correct. Oh, hi Valerie. Hi Yvonne. Hi, hi, hi. Good morning. Good morning. Can everybody hear me fine on Instagram? Good morning, Anna. You never know, like sometimes it's just weird. He's fancy. Yes, he is fancy. He watches too much YouTube. They give him all kinds of ideas. So, but we'll do that for him and set up the basement. I'm so like having the basement is the best thing in the world. And um in our other house, in the schoolhouse, it was a big house. It was like over 3,000 square feet, but like it was so unusable in all ways. So like even though it was so big, there wasn't like a great place for like all the kids to hang out. And I don't know, it was just weird the way that it was. And now I'm in this very small house, but I'm using it so much. Like I have so much space to do things. Like I'm basically starting a reptile center. Both of my kids now have rooms. I am in here, which isn't like perfect because sometimes I do wish I had a door for the evenings, but and then they have the basement to play their video games, and there's laundry room, and like it's just great. Like it's crazy. Who would have thunk it? Good morning, Janelle. So this is a big weekend, right? Because it's our last weekend before we head into eclipse season. So, you know, set your intentions for today's card pulls if you would like to use them in such a way. And, we'll see what happens, right? Good morning. Hi, Cindy. Next week might be a weird week for us because I'm going to the Finger Lakes again. So I'm not going to be doing coffee and magic on Friday morning, unfortunately. But um, such is life. I'm clearly in transition of things, so we're just going with it. Yep. So if you're new here, welcome to Coffee and Magic. I will give you three things this morning, and you choose which of those three things you feel most aligned with this morning, and that will correspond with your semi-collective card pull. Okay. And I'm pulling from the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. I just have to tell you, I had such a bitch fight with my cat this morning. I have never had a female cat before, and this experience is unlike anything I've ever had with an animal. Maybe that's just me and this cat. I don't know, but like I love her, and I know she loves me too because like we really love each other. But like we fucking fight, and she needed her little dagger claws cut this morning because it's just too much. And so I went to go cut her nails, and she let me cut like 2 of them, and then she just looked at me and she goes, "Wah." And I was like, "No, it's gonna take 2 seconds. We're just cutting the tips. Like, don't be mean, right?" She pow-powed me and scratched me on the side of my face, and I was like, "We don't fucking do that." And, like, I didn't even think about it. I just, like, wrestled her to the floor and I bit her. And that is kind of, like, how unhinged our relationship is, because I turn into a cat, I guess, and I'm like, "No, like, you don't do that." And so I did that, and then she was like, "Oh, you're crazy." And so she walked away. And then I went and did like, I was gonna curl my hair. It's all frizzy, but I went back to curling my hair, and I was like, this bitch, like she actually like got me. So then I'm like, I'm gonna finish those nails because she's not winning today. So I went into to find her, and she's on the table on my sweater, and she's just giving me this look. And I was like, "Ooh, are we gonna continue this, or am I gonna have to bite you again?" And she kind of looked like, "Maybe you bite me," like that kind of thing. And so I went to the table with my little clippers and was like, "We're doing this." And she let me do it. She started being like, "Ah," and I was like, "Don't." So I got to cut all of them. She runs off. I go downstairs to do something, and I'm coming up the stairs, and she like runs like and starts attacking my legs, right? And she like bites my legs. And I'm like, "Stop." And she's like, "No." And she just keeps attacking and biting my legs. And I'm walking into the kitchen, and she's like, and I just like turn around and I just was like, "Bitch." And I was like, "Oh my God, if anyone was in this house with me and this cat, they'd be like, what the fuck is going on?" But when I yelled that at her, she ran off, and she hasn't bothered me since. I don't know where she is. I think she's out here on the porch somewhere. But I don't know. I don't know. But then also, like, she eats her food on a ledge because of the dog. So she climbs up and it's kind of like face level with me. And uh she loves it when I go over there and she eats her food and I tell her what a good job she's doing and like pet her, and she'll like eat a couple bites and then she'll bump me with her face and then she'll eat more and she purrs the whole time. So like we have some like really affectionate kind moments together, and then she's like pow, and I'm like you know? So, anyway, that's what we do. All right, let me give you 3 things that you can choose from this morning. Um, Mascara is no good. What are my 3 things? I know grass, trees, and water. Those are the 3 things. Can you guess what the theme is? Oh, I did hiss at her and I bit her. So don't you worry, Misty. I've got my cat vibes going. Hi, Sabra. Grass, trees, and water. Extra points for anyone who can guess the themes today. Oh, Janelle got it. Oh, grass, trees, and water. Grass, trees, and water. It's different ways to ground yourself, you know? Not included. Bitch fight your cat. Okay, so again, your choices: grass, trees, and water. And when you're ready, you let me know because I have grass available in front of me. You ready? Okay, so this is your grass. All right, I'll lead with this. The High Priestess. Fear and disruption. So the high priestess, fear and disruption. Okay. So the week ahead has a mixed bag for you. And, stay with me when I say this because I'm trying to figure out the best way to put this. You need to have whatever this experience is to kind of teach you a lesson once and for all. And maybe you'll get it this time, right? So kind of have like that consciousness in the back of your mind or in the front, if need be, that there's something that you have not, like, you didn't figure it out. Like, that's basically what this feels like. Like, you think you did something, but like, then why this? Riddle me that, right? If so perfect, why so not good? You know what I'm saying? Um, Now is an opportunity then as we roll into eclipse season to kind of really understand why shit keeps not working out, right? Because it's not even like it's not working out. It's like you just continually make the same choice that puts the same energy in and you're expecting a different result. Tap into your highest self, okay? Not your higher self, your highest self. Like the manager of the manager, okay? Like go to the top here and really ask some questions like why am I not getting this? What am I so afraid of? Okay? Why are you so afraid of whatever this is, right? Because that fear is keeping you locked in this cycle. And you know about eclipse seasons. If you hold on to an old cycle through eclipse season, you're kind of like pulling it with you into a whole new cycle, right? And sometimes that's what we need to do. So whatever, if that's what you need to do. But if you are continually asking yourself, why does this keep happening? Maybe the answer is because you keep doing the same fucking thing. Okay. So don't shoot the messenger, but go to the manager on this one and just really ask yourself those questions. Be honest. Be honest. Okay. Ways to ground or ways to get bitch slapped on a Friday morning. Whatever. Okay, next up. So that was grass, right? So we have grass, trees, and water today. So I'm shuffling for trees. I'm going to shuffle really good. All right. I'm actually going to even do like one of these things. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Really shuffling. Okay. I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help. All right. Let's see what trees have to say today. Good thing I wore my Scorpio shirt today. Like, here's my boobs. But there's actually scorpions on it. Because this is a very Scorpio kind of morning, apparently. All right, again, your choices: grass, trees, and water. We just did grass. If you missed it and you feel like grass was for you, you can go watch the replay when we're finished here on Instagram or YouTube. Okay. All right, so this is your tree. You have restriction, perception, and death. And if you're thinking to yourself, huh, is this a similar message to grass? Yes, it is, but even more specific. So here we go again. What are you guys doing? The cards last week were so much different. You're really stepping into that fuckery in time for eclipse season. Okay. So, death, perception, and restriction. Now, listen, what are you doing with this? I feel like I've probably given you specifically this card for months now. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Like, please, I will wait. I've never seen this card before. I've never told you, hey, can you like stop dragging that corpse with you everywhere you go? You're stinking up the room. Have I ever said this to you? Because that's the vibe on this card. It's like boom, boom, boom. Listen, okay? Again, as per before, why does this keep happening? Because you literally keep doing the same thing. Like I can't even with you right now, all of you apparently, because that's the vibe of this card. It's not even like, oh, something has died. It's not even like something has died. No, it's not. What the fuck? So anyway, I'm cursing a lot today, and I haven't really been cursing lately for some reason, but I'm feeling the fucks today. And that's why I haven't been cursing, because I had lost all my fucks, and now you guys are bringing them back. So how do you feel about that? How do you feel? Like, what are you up to and why? Right? Okay. So and then I feel like you've probably gotten this message a million times as well with this one, but we're going to go over it one more time for the people in the back, okay? You feel stuck because your vision is stuck. You feel stuck because you consistently are trying to put this dead energy into your new vibe, and it every time makes you feel stuck. And then you're like, why? Why does I feel stuck? It's new energy. And it's like, it isn't. It's stinky old fucking energy, right? So, what do you do? I don't know. Like, I don't know how to tell you, because I think part of this is realizing that you're either going to do it or you're not. And if you're not, if this is what you want, if you want to drape yourself in mourning cloths and walk around with a corpse, 'tis the season, but be honest, right? Just be honest. Just say, I know I'm doing this. It is my kink at this time to make myself miserable, to make everything difficult, and to maybe learn a few more lessons in this arena. Just be honest. Because at the end of the day, your perception creates the reality you live in. It doesn't necessarily create the reality anybody else lives in. Okay? And if you have strong Pisces placements, I need you to listen to that a little bit more, because your perception creates the reality you live in. It does not create the reality that other people live in. Okay? You aren't allowed to do that. Now, can two humans come together and share similar realities? Yes. But even when they do, even when they're aligned in similar realities together that work together and feel good together, it's still not exactly the same, because nobody else's reality can be yours. It is literally impossible. So stop trying to do that and focus on the reality that feels good for you, and leave it open for those who are aligned to that reality to be there with you. Stop trying to make this corpse fit into your reality. If the corpse was meant to be there, it fucking would, right? And maybe it wouldn't be dead. Maybe your reality killed it. Either way, you know, It's like I'm not mad, I'm just, like, disappointed, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not me, but it's I'm feeling it in my body. You guys are in trouble with the cards today, and I don't know what to say about water, but we're about to find out. So, y'all need to go outside and touch some grass and get rid of your graveyards. Oh my god, what's happening today? Okay. All right. Shuffling again as much as I can for water. Water. Maybe water will be cleansing and gentle. Right? Maybe. I bought two more snakes. They're not here right now, but they'll come to me when I'm ready for them. So here's what happened. I'm gonna give you a little break as I shuffle, and tell you about this. So like I told you, I moved my snakes out of the reptile room office and gave that to my kids. So my kids have rooms now. So I had moved all the snakes into the living room, which really limited my ability to have more snakes. Okay. Um, because I couldn't fit any more than what I had. Right. So I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? Like, it's really just like kills my vibe. Like, is that what's meant to happen? Like, whatever. Then one day, I'm just like sitting outside thinking about life, and I was like, you know what? Where there's a will, Sarah, there's a way. And I've just been reorganizing and moving things around my house, generally speaking, and creating new new spaces that work for me. And it's like, there's got to be some. So I went downstairs, I moved things around in the basement. And I realized if I move the kids' gaming systems to the other side of the basement behind the couch, not only will it help my sound issues because half of the basement is a drop ceiling, half is not. And the drop ceiling part is right underneath my bedroom. So if any of you guys have kids who play Fortnite, the screams go directly up my spine. Okay. And on a weekend, okay. So I'm like, if I do that, I have this area, this perfect area that I can fit so many snakes. And I was talking to Megan about it, and she's like, we could just, I feel like we could make our own enclosures. My friends, it happened so quickly. I found a plastics provider in Waynesboro, bought all of the PVC materials, and for like the price of one tank, we're making like 8 custom tanks. They're gonna be so beautiful. They're white and they're all gonna stack perfectly, and they're gonna be so much better because they're half-inch thick PVC, and that is going to maintain like the heat and the humidity much better than currently. So, yes, it's happening. It's gonna be so beautiful. You guys are gonna just lose your minds. I'll take you on a tour when it's done. It'll be done sooner than later because when I hyperfixate, it's like now, like not later. Do you know what I mean? And Megan's in between jobs right now, so I'm like, here's a drill. Oh, oh my God! You're looking at a hognose. Ooh, definitely look at ball pythons too. Um, And if you need any help with like snake tank setup and anything like that, I'm happy to help you out. And if any of you are local and are looking to get into snakes, I will have quite a few snakes and a couple, not snakes, quite a few tanks and bioactive enclosure tanks um, that I could give to you. You, Claudia. Also, they don't weigh as much when they're empty, so we're gonna carry them down empty and set them up downstairs in the basement. But they're so much more sturdy. Like, yeah, it's gonna be great. Anyway, so I bought two more snakes because one of them I've just been looking at because oh my god, you're gonna die when you hear this. So he's like 2 years old or 2 or 3. No, he's 4 years old, I think. I forget. 3 or 4. And he's a breeder, a boa. And He apparently had a really enthusiastic breeding season last year, and he damaged his little snake penis, and it had to be removed. So he doesn't have a penis anymore. And so he's really cheap, right? Because he like can't do sex on the other girl snakes anymore and make more babies. I was like, I need this. So I'm gonna name him Varys. Anyway, he doesn't have a penis, so there's that one, right? And then the other one, I don't know. Sometimes I get on Morph Market and I just like do bad things. And so I was talking to this like up and coming breeder, and I was like, I don't really need a snake, but like if you happen to have a snake at some point that's like a little couch potato and just wants to snuggle, like I could use more of those. And he's like, I actually have a boa that acts just like a ball python. And I don't want to like get rid of him unless he's going like as a pet to somebody. And I was like, say no more. So those are the two. So when those two come, I'll have 7. So, yeah, I love boas. I think they're very, very beautiful and super cool, but I also love ball pythons, and, the ball python I have, Jimmy, is, like, such a dude. He's such a dude. Alright, tell me when you're ready for water. See? I cleansed your palate with my snake stories, and don't you feel better? Don't you feel better? Um, yeah, so I can basically fit, um, 1, 2, 3, 4 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4x2 tanks in that basement area. And then I'm going to put the 36-inch tanks stacked in my front room because they'll look really pretty there. And that's where the babies will be. So they'll like get more interaction like during the day and stuff. So it's perfect. The king, the swan, and everybody's favorite. All right. So water actually does have a very different energy to it. So far, it doesn't look as yelly um, or fucky. So let's get into it. For my water friends, and if you only chose water, I'm going to tell you some things at the end. But if you chose more than one and water was part of it, this connects to your message. Okay, so whatever your message was for trees and grass, if you added water to any of those things, this is for that. But if you only chose water, I'm going to do just water at the end. Okay. Nope, I'm going to do it right now. So just water, because I'll lose it in my brain. If you just water people, this week, okay, is not about releasing anything. It's about making decisions, okay? It's about being okay, I'm going to give you a sentence. If a man can do it, how hard can it be? If a man can do it, why not you? This week for you, my water friends, is all about imposter syndrome and you shifting the perspective on that, okay? I will tell you that whatever it is you are struggling with, trying to make a decision about, any of those things, right? You feel like I'm not this enough, I'm not that enough, blah, blah, blah. I promise you, there is a less capable, less competent man thinking that they are more competent than you will ever be. And the only reason they think that is because they can and they do. And why do we believe it? Don't know. But it's time for you to do just that. Walk into the room and say, I think I know more than all of you, right? Because you actually do, right? You actually do. Think about that for a second, but you actually do. So, what happens? What magical thing happens when you actually make a decision from a seat of power as opposed to a concession, a feeling of lack, a feeling of I need to appease so that I don't create ripples and waves or seem like I know too much or like whatever it is. How do we change that this week? What happens? What ripple effect occurs when you actually do that? You move into a space of incredible power and transformation. And it is all about how you decide to perceive yourself and therefore allow others to perceive you. Okay. So that is your water if you only chose water. Now, if you chose other things plus water, you have some work to do, right? Clearly, we need to let go of something that is not working for you. That is your decision. And this decision can feel like a funeral, right? It can feel like, oh, I'm losing something. Or you can choose to see this as a shift, right? Into the best time of your life. Because I can promise you, I have no idea what fuckery you're into right now, but I promise you, you can bet on it. I promise you, like I cannot tell you how much I guarantee this for you. Moving this energy out fully and truly for once and all will open up such an abundance of excitement, joy, magic, and connection that you will wonder why you waited so long, right? And maybe you waited so long so you could truly appreciate the nuance here and possibly the irony. So, anyway, that is your coffee and magic for Friday the 13th. Wow. Wow. So, anyhow, have a great weekend. I'll check in when I can. I love you so much. Um, yeah, spooky. For those of you who are in the workshop, just reminding you to do your boosting and reminding you about that, filling your days with all the boosting. Make sure you do that. And I'll see what I can do for this week. If I can check in with you guys, I will. But I love you. Have a wonderful weekend. Be good to yourself. Mwah. See you soon.